Broadcasting Company station.
It's now time for Inside Sports Talk Radio with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Bumstead. Brought to you by the Windows Group of Companies, Colonial Group International, Global Atlantic Financial Group, Game Time, and Fit for Life with Dave Wolf. Now let's go live with Ian Rollins and Earl Bumstead.
And good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Inside Sports Talk Radio on this Monday afternoon. It is February 19th. I'm saying 26th. Jumping myself. Getting excited because next week, Monday, we're going to be live from Lindo's as they do the annual Lindo's walk and run for good cause for the Bermuda Diabetes Association. So I'm jumping myself again a week ahead. Good afternoon, Sir Earl. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you, Mr. Rollins?
I'm great, mate. Feeling good. The cold is getting away from me. Last week I was improving. This week, or the start of this week, I feel great. It's a better training session today, better running conditioning session, and an overall weight program was good. So it's improvements. I feel happy about that.
Well, I know Mr. Wolf will be happy as well.
Yeah, he will. He'll be happy about that. Don Bassett, how are you, sir?
Doing good.
Yeah?
Back under control.
Back under controls?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes,
All
sir.
ready for your big day on Saturday?
Saturday coming.
Yeah, again, live from the Washington Mall.
Yeah, dreams.
There you go. There you go. Come on down and be a part of the 2-hour broadcast on Power 95 as we bring you Dreams, brought to you by the good friends who bring in the mattresses, which are, let me guess their name. Think again. And the name is?
Ben
and Big Saving Zone.
Big Saving Zone.
There you go. Well, anyway, they're going to be joining us 12 to 2 p.m. on Saturday. I'm sure you heard about it. You heard more about it. But on the sports side, today's guest, we're going to have Mr. Cal Simons, a member of the Tulsa Electric Magic Mile. They'll be having their annual race this coming Saturday, February 24th. So he's going to be joining us in studio today to give us an update. It's been going on for 20 plus years. It's been an event that's been very fruitful for them with the young kids, up and coming runners. You know, it's amazing what they do to put all the effort into that program. It's a great program. So he'll be joining us in studio today. Also, Dave Wolf, he will be speaking with us on the health and fitness and nutrition side. It's amazing how the man stays in shape and just goes. Whew. It's amazing. Also, we will be having Vicky Abraham of the International Triathlon Union representatives. They'll be joining us in the studio, giving us a weekly update as they prepare for the Bermuda's triathlon on April 20, the long weekend, 27th, 28th, which is just around the corner. As you know, all roads will lead to the Front Street Mile, Front Street, for this spectacular international event. And of course, Flora Duffy, Bermuda's #1 athlete of the year, who will be participating. And I think she's still ranked #1 in the world in that category. So that will be happening. Vicky Abraham and her representatives will join us in the studio to give us an update on that. As for you, sir, what's on the local front?
It's been a lot.
It's
been a lot. It's
Yeah.
been a good weekend for sports.
Yeah.
We've had swimmers win medals in the U.S. We had 4 people meet the Carifta qualifying standard, 3 here in Bermuda, 1 in Barbados. We've had a record broken in Arkansas. We've had 2 Fresh Division teams will be in the draw for the semifinals of the FA Challenge Cup. So it's been a busy weekend and a good weekend for sports in Bermuda. So
Good. That's what we like to know, because it's always a great weekend to have for sports in Bermuda.
Yeah.
Also, let our listeners know that we will be providing the annual sports trivia question. We will put that out within the next 25 minutes. And of course, you can call in and have that $25 gift certificate today, brought to you by A.S. Cooper and Son Limited. And that question will be put forth, the annual weekly trivia question. Let's see if we can get a new winner. It seems to be the same winner that's always winning. I think they've won 4 out of 6. Yeah, 4 out of 6. So let's see if these people can get to the lines first. I think they've got a magic redial number or something, or know the trivia question in advance. I don't know, but man, they're on top of the game.
we're gonna have to read the question backwards or something.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Try Google that.
Do that, right? And, and that person, they'll probably get it.
Well, it's gonna take them a little longer because we're gonna have to write it down
Right.
backwards and then read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to read it backwards as I'm sitting there. That would be interesting. That would be very, very interesting.
Sure.
Yeah, interesting there. But anyway, that question will be put forth at 1:45,
Mm-hmm.
and we'd like to share that winner later on during the broadcast
Right.
before we sign off at 2:00 today.
I do have a little bit of just a quick
Sure.
brief. Actually, from Summers Cricket Club, as we know,
Mhm.
they'll be hosting the annual Cup Match Classic this year. They will be hosting a plot holder meeting on Wednesday, 7:30, at the club for those persons who had spots in 2016 only. It should be 2016
Yeah.
only. So, a meeting for those people who had plots in during the 2016 Cup Match annual Cup Match Classic
Mhm.
at the Summers Cricket Club.
Mm-hmm.
You have a meeting on Wednesday at 7:30 at the club. So, for those people, if you want that same spot or you're looking for another spot,
Mm-hmm.
it's your meeting on Wednesday, and then I guess they'll be having an announcement for general public after that. So, again, anyone who had a plot at Cup Match,
And once you renew it,
well, I don't know what they're going to be talking about.
Uh-huh.
So they're just saying that they want to meet with those people who had spots during the 2016 event
Mhm.
to come to the meeting on Wednesday at 7:30. So
cool.
yeah,
I had a plot,
I plotted too.
so I most likely be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on the international side, as you know, it was the annual Daytona 500 yesterday, and history was made as the second black driver participated in that event. His name was Darrell Bubba Wallace Jr. Amazingly, he finished second in the race, and he drove the number 43 car,
Oh,
Richard Petty's
Mr.
car.
Petty
Yeah,
number.
he finished second, and it was an emotional moment. I saw it this morning on ESPN,
Mm.
and imagine if you'd have won that.
Mm.
Wow,
Well, the number alone is a bit of history anyway.
it's significant.
So,
yeah, exactly right about that.
Yeah.
Right, all right. Imagine if you'd have won. You think you'd have got a tweet from number 48?
Nah,
Nah,
nah.
he probably would have said it's fake, innit? He probably would have said it's fake. Yeah, but congratulations to Darrell Bubba Wallace Jr.
Who won it?
I forget his name. Austin Dillon. I think no. Wait, hang on a second. I can't remember. I have to research that one. I have to Google it. I think it's Austin Dillon, but that was significant there. Came second in that part. So,
Mm.
nevertheless, otherwise than that, what's happening on your side regarding international sports?
International. It's been quite a bit. Every we can. I mean, things. Well, obviously, Reggie Lamb played on. It wasn't many football games in England this weekend due to the FA Cup.
Correct.
Reggie Lamb and Carlisle United won their match. He was the only one in England playing. Jair Parfitt-Williams is getting ready for the Slovenia second half of the season. As you know, in Europe, they take the winter off because it gets really, really bad. And they're playing practice matches now. They won their latest game 2-1. He hasn't scored yet, but he's in the starting lineup, so he's making strides to get himself back into playing shape and making a name for himself over in Slovenia. And the upcoming season for Dante Levrock is only a matter of weeks away as well. We had the under-17 women return from their training camp in Florida. They'll be back in training this evening at the BFA field, so we look forward to seeing what they worked on last week to keep going in motion. Also, we had youngsters compete in Barbados in a track meet where one person again met the qualifying standard for the Carifta Games. So, we had 2 medals, 1 gold, 2 silver over in the U.S. at the Germantown Academy swim meet. As we all know, Germantown Academy has spent 2 years in Bermuda over the Christmas period. They come down, they train at the National Sports Center, and some of the Work Academy students have taken the option to go out and compete during one of their swim meets. So,
Wow.
you know,
Okay.
it always bodes well when you work with organizations that are actually in the sport.
True. That is true.
And not just people taking credit for something that there's no contact with the sport, so you end up on the outside looking in. So,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Well done. To answer your question, I was correct. It was Austin Dillon. Yeah, he did win the race.
Okay.
He came second to Austin Dillon. Amazing. So history right there. So I've been last. Hope and see what happens what the future may hold in Daytona sports for minorities going forward. So we're just waiting on Cal Simons to arrive. He's going to be here at 12:30. Give us a report on the event itself that's going to take place this coming Saturday. That again is the Telford Electric Magic Mile. The entry deadline was Saturday going the 17th. So that's passed. So I'm sure you have the numbers regarding the entry numbers and things of that sort. So let's take our first commercial break. He's here. I'm going to get him. He's in this lobby, so I'll bring him into the studio. We take our first break. We'll be back.
He won it, and who came second?
Give away Darryl Bubba Wallace Jr.
Yeah, and Danny Hamlin came third.
Yep.
Let me just look at this control just to make sure. Yeah, okay, that's right. Okay, cool. Gotta make sure you don't stop.
Remember, we're still on. So.
Dressed up nicely today, sir. Looking rough, professional.
Good morning, Brian. There you go. You get brother in case there's some information for you. Yeah, man. That's one.
Yeah, look at this one. You hear that guy right there?
Nah, I'm in the speed. I just make sure my fan's turned off.
You know that guy dancing?
Just make sure I'm vibrate that though.
Yeah.
Okay. I see her hum.
I hear a hum.
It's this one.
Yeah. Okay.
Put that over there.
For happy beginnings and a happy ever after, visit cgigroup.com or call 296-3700.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's up?
What do you think?
Yeah.
The Bermuda Football Coaches Association is dedicated to increasing the competitiveness of Bermuda football through the use of highly qualified coaches. Join the BFCA at Pier 6 Complex on March 2nd for a speaker's night with Gerard Houllier.
Hello Bermuda, this is Gerard Houllier. Join me at Pier 6 for 5:30 p.m. kickoff.
Tickets are $75. Help Bermuda coaches become qualified at the highest level. Sponsored by Sampo International, Stoli Vodka, and Excel Catlin.
Are you ready to start sleeping better? Well, stop counting sheep now. Dreams, the mattress professionals have arrived. According to recent surveys, over 50% of us do not get a good night's sleep, and specialists have discovered that lack of sleep can drastically affect your health, energy levels, and even lead to weight gain. Yet the solution can be something as simple as a new mattress, but not just any mattress, a mattress from Dreams. Dreams is Bermuda's only true mattress gallery and are proud to offer the island's largest selection of mattresses, pillows, and sleep accessories. Dreams has the biggest brands, best prices, and free island-wide delivery. So visit Dreams today at the lower level of the Washington Mall, next to the food court, or call 293-7326. And don't forget, join us for our grand opening extravaganza on Saturday, February 24th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. with free giveaways, live music, and of course, the world-famous Serta Sheet. Only at Dreams.
According to recent surveys, over 50% of us don't get a good night's sleep. Join Power 95 FM radio, live broadcast, and Dreams as they unfold the new mattress that will have you sleeping comfortably every night. Host Don Bassett will be live from Dreams, located in the Washington Mall, starting from 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Power 95 FM. He will bring you all the latest on the island's newest mattress that everyone is talking about. That's Saturday, February 24th, 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Power 95 FM. Live from Dreams, located in the Washington Mall.
Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio on Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Bayston.
And welcome back. As we mentioned, Cal Simons, representative of the Telford Electric Magic Mile, is in the studio. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks. You're no stranger to us joining us in the studio.
It's always a pleasure to be around such distinguished gentlemen. Mr. Basin and yourself.
Yeah, talking about Mr. Basin. I'm just a peon. This is yourself. You are distinguished.
No, I'm in you a long time.
Be careful what I say, right?
Okay. This is live, right? I could pull up some Whitney did, but anyway.
Leaders days.
Some stuff Basin might not know about.
No, he knows.
Okay.
He knows.
Okay.
So, tell us about the Magic Mile. It's an annual event. How many years has it begun? There's 20 plus years.
Yeah, this is 23rd year.
Okay.
Yeah, 23rd year that Telford Industries have been supporting this event. As for the club, Pacers Track Club, it's a major fundraising event for us, and so we're asking people to come out, the public to come out and witness this event. Most times we have anywhere from 600, 700, 800 students actually take part in the event. So we're looking for those kind of numbers again this year. I just want to encourage people to, if you haven't registered already, you can go down to the Sports Center in Washington Mall, or you in Telford and Somerset, and get a registration form. And the deadline period right now, today and tomorrow is the deadline.
So you extended the deadline because on your papers it says
that was
the
17th. That was a regular $10 fee.
Okay.
So today and tomorrow will be a $15 fee.
So really tomorrow's the deadline for a $15 fee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Understood.
we really want people to register, because what happens a lot of times is that parents will, because they're off for school last week, they'll say they forgot, or sometimes the schools and say, well, I didn't get a chance to give it out because they had the primary school, middle school, high school cross country and stuff prior to school getting out. So, but we want to encourage the parents to get it and get it filled out. Because a lot of times they come up on the day and try to register, and for us that's a major issue.
That's teething.
Yeah, because we're doing a lot of work. The guys that work with the timing and stuff. And printing out the documentation, it's a lot of time.
This marks the 23rd year, right? And we know that it all starts from grassroots. We also know it starts from the youth programs. Let's be honest, for it to be successful, the youth program is obviously up and running. And that's what's helping the success here and the organization on you guys' part to make it where it is today.
Yeah, I think we have to be grateful for the parents over the last 25 years that have been actively involved in competing in this event. We have some parents that their kids started running at 4 years old in the event, and they kept running 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, and right up to 8 and 9s. And then once they got to the 8 and 9s, of course, now the club, because we're always looking for athletes. We were able to identify, athletes that
recruit.
Of course. Yeah, of course. I mean, you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of track them, at Telford.
Right.
And, you can see some preschoolers that say, yeah, this little guy's, it's got some tools, so,
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of them getting involved in a track club, whether or not it be Bermuda Pacers or not. We try to encourage them to come there, or one of the other affiliated clubs underneath of the Bermuda National Athletic Association.
With that said, is anything going to be different this year, or it's going to be the same format for the past few years?
Yeah, it's the same format.
Okay.
We try to start as early as we can. The scheduled event is scheduled to start at 12 o'clock, right? But again, we're there before because we're giving out race numbers. And this is critical for those that are listening. Most times we're at the cricket pavilion giving out race numbers. This year, for the second year, we're going to be inside the stadium. So up in the timing booth or the press box, that's where, because what we find is parents will come and then they will stay. So if they come, and they can get the number, and then they can pull up a seat in the stands, and it makes it a lot easier for the parents. And for us, that's the most important part.
Right.
You getting there to get the number.
Right. Now, what time does your team arrive at the stadium that morning on that Saturday to prepare for their long day? They're
there around about 7:30.
Wow.
Yeah, we have at least 20 officials that come in just to give out the race numbers. You know what I mean? So we kind of set it up so that the 4, 5, 6, and 7s are in one area, 7, 8, 9s up to 15 are in another area. So, you know, our thing is to try to get the parents in, get the numbers, and then move out very quickly, because a lot of the kids still playing football, or they're doing, you know, ballet, dance, step. So for us to get them in and get them out, that's a good thing, you know.
And that's your challenge. And in order for you to be successful, your numbers have been high, 700 to 800 athletes.
Most times.
How are you guys able to bring that number on? Because you've got other kids, or got kids who are participating, like you said, ballet, tap, violin, other events that they, and still take time out to compete in the Telfair Electric Magic Mile.
Well, for us, that's why I said it's all about timing. You know what I mean? So, you know, we want to get them in and get them out. You know what I mean? So, and I think that's one of the things that the club prides itself on. We try to stay on time. And if you ever been up to stadium and Mr. Basin has been up there, you know, sometimes you're running behind. You know what I mean? And in some cases, like the 4-year-old girls or 4-year-old boys, you may have as many as 40 4-year-old boys. You can't run all of those guys at one time on the track, because they'll just stamp on each other. You know, I'm serious. They just tread on each other. Right. So we kind of break them up so it's very safe for them to run maybe in heats of maybe 15 to 20 at a time, so that we'll run 2 heats. And what we do is, doesn't matter what heat they were in, the first, second, and third will all receive medals. You know what I mean? Right. And then the Telfairs provide a specially designed trophy for the top 3 fastest times. So they're able to, you know what I mean? So they come out with a medal if they come first, second, and third, and if possible, they can also leave there with a trophy. So it's a good day at the office for some of them.
Like that's promising. The future looks bright in athletics.
So, I mean, for us, like I said, we do that, giving out the medals and everything, right up to 7-year-olds.
Wow.
Yeah, so because the 7-year-olds, 6 and 7 are normally the larger numbers, anywhere from 75, 80 kids, boys or girls, most times boys, you know, so we have to break them down. But the difference is the 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds do 1 lap, the 6 and 7-year-olds do 2 laps, so they'll do 800 meters. You know, so that's how. And then the 9 and 10s up to the 13 to 15s will do 1 lap around the stadium, similar to what they run in the cross country for the schools, run into the Arboretum, and then come back. You know.
Wow. Okay.
So that's how that whole day runs. So we have to kind of stay very tight on it.
Clockwork.
Yeah. This year we're hoping, because of the Carifta trials and everything that's going on, we're planning to also host maybe 2 running events. It could. Hopefully we can do a 200, you know, so we can get some of these guys, and the crowd is there. So if we get a nice 6 or 7 group of young girls, under 17 girls, because that's where the numbers are, and under 17 boys, you know, we will run 2 heats of girls and boys, and hopefully they can run a qualifying time.
Whoa.
So these are the things that happen in between. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We try to put it there so that it doesn't impact the running of the whole thing.
Your goal is to wrap up things by 4 p.m., correct?
That's our goal. Sometimes we make it, sometimes we don't.
Right. So average year finishing 4:30, 4:45.
Yeah. By that time, 4:15, 4:30. Yeah. Because most times the last race, because it says on there the last race is at 4 o'clock. You know, most times anywhere between 3:45, 4:45, we're able to get it out. It all depends on how we move, and it all depends how many heats that we end up with in the younger age groups.
Understood.
Yeah, because you always get the most numbers are always the 4, 5, 6, and 7s.
Yeah.
Because they don't have much choice in it. The parents just bring them.
Just bring them. Sign them up and let's go.
Yeah, bring them, drop them off.
Well, I mean, I see sometimes that happens. You know, I mean, the older ones now, that happens a lot. Where the kids say, "Okay, you're running Telfair today. You know, I'll let you go." But most parents will, you know, at that age will stay and watch. And
one of the biggest challenges you always find for this particular event, because you deal with so many young kids, is parents and guardians that want to spend time on the track whilst they're running, but you guys don't allow that, do you?
No, we don't. No. In actual fact, a couple of years ago, we only had to do it once. You know what I mean? We disqualified a little boy because the father actually ran around the track. And the other parents, they, you know what I mean? Because we say we announce it. Right. You know what I mean? If you run with him, he will be disqualified.
He or she will be disqualified.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what position, you know what I mean?
Right.
But we try not to do that because it takes an advantage. I mean, think about it. You know, you have a 5-year-old and you're out to his stadium, you're running in the infield, and his, come on, you're
Yeah.
trying to encourage him,
Right.
but you have to be where everybody else is. I
That's
mean,
right.
we have enough officials there on the day that the officials are all the way around the track. We have rabbits that go up with the younger kids that actually take them out at a nice pace, so that they're nice and safe, and they're just running in behind them. There's kids that will say, yeah, I just want to finish the race.
True.
And if I finish the race, Telford also provides T-shirts for all the athletes that actually finish the race.
With that said, the number of events, I'm just counting. I'm thinking age categories. I'm not going to go into categories, but overall, you have like 13 events?
It's 13 categories, yeah. But it could be more than that. It all depends how many heats we have.
Right.
Yeah.
It boils down to the heats. That is taxing on your staff. I mean, you say you get there at 7:30 mornings, and you got to make sure everything is ironed out, laid out correctly, and making sure that you're staying on par.
That's the staff that comes in at 7:30.
Right.
But then we have another group that come in at 11. Okay, so you have the group that comes in to give out the race numbers.
Yeah.
And then we have another group that comes in at 11. And those are the ones that serve as the officials for doing check-in or giving out the race water and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Or just officials that are on the course.
Uh-huh.
Wow. So it's. I mean, we appreciate the support that we've gotten over the last 23 years.
Right.
There's some people that come every year. They don't even, I mean, your boy Eyes, for example. I don't know if you know Eyes Robertson. What I mean? Eyes comes every year. You know what I mean? He says, Simons, hey, I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
Debbie Jones, Hunter, and Gina Evans, Dr. Freddie Evans, former athletes that ran with the club.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean? Will come out and volunteer. So it's just that kind of race.
Right.
You know what I mean?
An organization.
Yeah.
Right.
So for us, we try to keep it pretty tight.
Right.
You know what I mean? We try to, and try to keep it as safe environment as we possibly can.
I know I'm jumping the gun here, Earl. I know you said this year will mark the 23rd year, but the 25th is just around the corner. Any special events on the cards for that?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it really depends on the sponsor. Telford, I mean, 25 years is a long time to do this. I mean, so hopefully, we'll be there for 25 years. Hopefully the sponsor, Telford, will continue to sponsor it, because it's not getting any easier. Things are expensive. You got the cost of the stadium and certain the prizes and all that kind of stuff. So this is an expensive venture for Telford.
Right.
So, but again, we cannot applaud Telford anymore. You know what I mean? We're just there as much as we possibly can.
Right.
Thank them.
Right.
The family comes down. Tim, Heather, Juanita, Telford. We work very closely to them. Some of their staff come down. They're bringing. We have things like Tree Ripe. Outside of Tree Ripe, the orange juice. Some Viking Foods. They've come on as a sponsor to provide drinks and stuff.
Nice.
For the athletes. So right now it's like a whole package.
Right.
You have to be. It's about getting there, getting things set up. If you never, but haven't you seen it?
Yeah. Yes.
A long time ago.
Yeah. I've seen it.
23 years ago.
Many years running there. You know what I mean?
But I was running.
That was 23 years ago, was it?
I want to.
You guys are funny. You guys are funny.
If I can, I want to encourage. If you haven't registered, you can get to the stores. You can go up on www.racedayworld.com. You know what I mean, and register there as well. So it's right online. It's a lot easier. You go up there, enter your information, and then you're in. So there's people that can't get there, and we appreciate it. For Race Bermuda Timing, we started that a year ago. So this is the second year for that. So it's just starting to look really good. It makes it easy for the parents.
Weather conditions, rain, blow, shine, or what happened? Do you have a rain date?
We do, and I'm knocking on wood. The sunburn around here. You know what I mean. Hopefully, it was a beautiful weekend this weekend. Past weekend. Hopefully, we'll have another beautiful weekend coming. If it's raining and it's pretty bad, then we have a rain date on March the 3rd.
March the 3rd.
Yeah, and the dates, birth dates, nothing doesn't change. Everything's set up off of the race day.
Okay.
So even if, for example, let's say you're 4-year-olds and your parents, and well, my son's 4, and he goes 5 March the 1st. Is he got to run with the 5-year-olds and he's still in preschool? Nope,
No.
He'll run in the race.
Good point. That's a good point.
That is registered. Because some parents, we have parents that also have 3-year-olds,
Right.
or that, but we can't. They can't. That's not an age category for us. And for us, it's also about being very safe. If you take a 3-year-old out there and they get trampled on, and if you ever fall on the track, it's not a nice feeling.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Though it's rubberized, it's still not a nice feeling.
So for us, it's about the event, hosting the event, having a good time. If the event is a family-oriented event, we have fun castles and all kinds of stuff there, for the kids to do. I know that's a full weekend as well because there are some other major events on, and we just want to encourage the parents to come in, register the kids, enter the event. If you have to go to another event, we guarantee that we can get you on the track and get you off the track in no time. If you're there on time, and to get there on time, because a lot of times we've seen parents get there and look at the thing and say, "Oh, well, the race was scheduled for 2 o'clock or 2:30, but on the athlete should be available for at least 30 minutes before the starting time of the event, because if we can move it ahead, believe me when I tell you, we will. You know what I mean? Just because you got the volume of people, you got the volume
of runners, I should say. Yeah. Is there anything you'd like to add before we wrap up, sir? Because I think you've touched on everything, but you may have forgotten something.
I hope I've covered everything. I want to thank the PACER executive, for being there. They work hard. Telford Industries, all the volunteers that come out and help, and the parents. We want to encourage everybody to be there, and just come and enjoy the day.
Okay.
And the fact that we will have a couple of career athletes also competing. It's free, so you don't have to pay to come into the stadium. It is a free of charge.
It's a freebie.
Yes.
Well done, stadium.
Yeah.
And there's limited parking, so you better get there.
The stadium is not free.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It would be nice if the stadium was free, but the stadium...
Take that back, stadium.
The stadium is not free, but to enter the event is free.
Okay, cool. And again, the deadline for registration is tomorrow, $15 fee as opposed to $10.
Yes.
You can register online or go to various locations. Come in and take a part of this entry form by Tuesday tomorrow, and see your son or daughter out there on the 24th.
Right, I'm going to throw something out, because if you go to school, and some of the schools, they'll put this on me, if your son or daughter hasn't got a form and you go ask your PE teacher, if they take it to school and the PE teacher will hold it, then I will come and collect it. I will come and collect the entry forms from the schools. So
you go down to East End Yard and collect it?
If I have to, yes. I'll do something.
I think you probably may have to take a couple of rides. I'm going to set it up there later.
Well, I don't want anyone to miss. I don't want anyone to miss the event.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, it's a good event. No.
Yeah, I just I think it's important for the kids to come. I know a lot of kids like it. And I know if they don't make it, we've seen kids that are very.
Can they email you the forms if they have them at home with the parents?
Call me. That's the best thing. 337-0237.
Okay.
337-0. If you want to enter the race and you didn't get a form in, or you have a form, just call me first, so that if you're going to email me the registration form, you know what I mean? I have to figure out how I'm going to get the fees, of course. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But just call me. 337-0237. Give me a call, and we can make it happen.
It's amazing. Your film must light up from like Wednesday right up until Saturday knock-off time. Huh?
Absolutely.
It's like your bill's like here, average for the year, and this day.
And that's exactly why my wife doesn't allow me to use my house phone. Because at one stage I used to have it on my house phone, like the contact number.
Oh yeah.
She said, my wife says, "Cal, don't put that number on that phone." I said, "Yes, baby." But we got it. I know we're talking about Telford, but we have a couple of other events coming up as well.
Sure, okay.
You know what I mean? And hopefully I'll be able to get back. Like we have there's another race coming up called the Easter Sprint Challenge.
Yes.
All right. Now there's a track event for the ankle biters, for the 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So that's they're doing 50 meters or 35 meters.
So you and Earl have a chance of winning.
Who?
You and Earl have a chance of winning.
Well, yeah,
because getting in the
I need to make sure Earl's at the finish line, because sometimes I have to go to the photo finish. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Earl's camera works really well, so sometimes you be like, "Hey, Jason, who won that race?"
Okay.
Even if it's looking at it from the front or the side, but we appreciate the support of Island Stats. Give us Mr. Bays, and he's always there, supporting our events.
There
and
you go.
Very much appreciated. And Bermuda Broadcasting as well, always
cool.
supporting us.
Thank you, Mr. Baston.
Got to plug in.
There you go. Any final questions for Mr.
No.
Simons? No?
So
Okay.
if you guys could plug it today and
Of course.
and tomorrow, and, you know,
We'll do that for
appreciate
you, man.
it.
Not a
And,
problem.
Look forward if you want to swing by and
Yeah.
start a race if you know.
Actually, I'll be preparing for a broadcast on Saturday.
Okay.
No lie. No
Yeah,
lie.
okay, I'm not
Right.
and maybe we can get you next year to
Yeah.
to do something special.
Yeah, that's right. We discussed that. We have discussed that.
Yeah.
So we'll continue
Yeah.
the discussion offline, and hopefully we can do something special next year.
All right, sir. Thank
All
you
right?
very much.
Not
I
a problem.
appreciate
We
that. Yeah.
hopefully can work out, and at 11 o'clock Liverpool plays.
Oh my word. Okay.
I had to put that out there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. They're not playing Tottenham, are they?
We're ahead of Tottenham
Oh,
in the standings.
Okay. Okay. All right. About to stop. While I'm here, what do you say, Mr. Beard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go see Gary Marino. You and Gary will get along well. Get Tottenham.
Okay. All right.
Let's take
All
a
right,
commercial break, and we'll be back after this.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Not a problem, man.
Has been presented to you by
Thank you,
Windows
gentlemen.
Group of Companies.
pleasure.
Always a
Windows
pleasure, brother.
International, Global Atlantic Financial
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you, mate.
and
You got some energy. I know you guys do this stuff.
Relay class. What we may have two teams coming off of Canada.
When is that?
Relay class. I'm not March. First week of April. So right after.
Who's you guys sponsors? Who's really class?
AIG. AIG came on last year. Hopefully they're.
This that Friday, Saturday,
No, just a Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Yeah. So, but if the teams come in, even like the teams that are coming in from the States, trivia,
Yes. Okay.
teams coming in from the States, they want to hold it like cheap, but they can't do the Saturday, because the Saturday is the triathlon.
28th. Triathlon is 28th of April.
It is?
Yeah.
So whatever, I think the really classes is on the Friday and the triathlon on the Saturday.
Okay.
So we're contracting on
Triathlon is Friday night too.
Happy ever after.
same day as the class.
About a junior event.
Health insurance with far-reaching benefits. 60% of claims
Which is back a week.
low-cost life insurance and individual health cover. Security of retirement with a custodian pension plan. For happy beginnings
That
and
was
a happy
originally
ever
planned
after.
business, that was junior second. That was
CGIgroup.com or
originally
call
planned to have a junior second. They
296-3700.
just decided, because they weren't like that before.
Are you ready to start sleeping better? Well, stop counting sheep now. Dreams, the mattress professionals have arrived. According to recent surveys, over 50% of us
Gentlemen,
do not
thank you
get
very
good
much.
sleep.
Not a problem.
Glad to see you, man. You guys enjoy the rest of your day.
Of course, mate.
On the radio so I can listen to you guys talk
Yet
about
the solution can be something
Tottenham?
as a new mattress.
I never heard of him. Never heard of him.
Thanks a lot.
Good
Good.
Cal.
True Mattress Gallery and are proud to offer the island's largest selection
I'll just
of
put my one here.
pillows,
When they call
and
it in.
sleeping
Yeah.
accessories. Dreams has the biggest brands, best prices, and free island-wide delivery. So visit Dreams today at the lower level of the Washington Mall, next to the food court, or call
Fixed it.
296-7326. And
You got
don't
the other-
forget,
the other
join us
camera I
for
gave you
grand opening extravaganza
upside
on
down.
Saturday, February 24th
Oh, it's
from
upside down.
11 a.m. to 2 p.m. with free
But I can't
giveaways,
figure
live
out
music, and of course the world famous Serta sheet.
I put it
Only
like
at
that,
Dreams.
but it's not. And you want to put it back up there.
Good. Okay, I see what you're saying.
According to recent
So would this go up, that side go up here? Or no?
No, it's like this. It just does that.
Oh.
Radio, live broadcast, and dreams as they unfold the new mattress that will have you sleeping
Somehow.
comfortably every night.
I gotta figure it out.
Most
Sorry.
Domestic will be live from Dreams, located in the Washington Mall, starting from 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Power 95 FM. He will bring you all the latest on the island's newest mattress.
You have the other-
and
I gave you two, right?
Talking about.
You want this
That's
one and the other one.
Right, the other one,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
4th, 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Power 95 FM. Live from Dreams, located in the Washington Mall.
Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio on Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Baston. This weekly segment of the Sports Trivia has been brought to you by 4-Star Pizza, A.S. Cooper, and Sun Limited, Port Nuts, Bermuda, and Sports Source.
And it's that time, Earl. It's that time. And since the triathlon is just around the corner, the trivia question will be pretty straightforward. In what year was the Bermuda Triathlon Association established and named its first president? Again, in what year was the Bermuda Triathlon Association established and named its first president? You can call us at 292-9595. I just hope we get a new winner. It doesn't have to be the same winner from 4 to 6.
So you say it backwards.
Sure they have, right? Yeah, that's how far I'm going, right? I'll repeat the question again. In what year was the Bermuda Triathlon Association established, and name its first president? Give us a call at 292-9595. We have the news at top of the hour at 1 o'clock, and we will take a break, and we will announce the winner for this week's trivia question. And the sponsor for this week is A.S. Cooper and Sons Limited, a $25 gift certificate on their behalf. Speaking of sponsors, I just want to remind people that Sports Source is having a sale this coming Saturday from 9 a.m. to I think it's 7 p.m. Sports Source in Warwick. I don't know if it's the sale in town as well, but I know they're having one in Warwick, as they are a sponsor for the weekly trivia question as well. So they're having a sale this Saturday in Warwick from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Give us a call, 292-9595, and you could be that lucky winner to win that $25 gift certificate on A.S. Cooper and Son Limited. It's amazing. There's no rain on this one, huh? I thought this one would be pretty easy.
Not all the time.
Not all the time. Not a problem. Again, the news comes on top of the hour, and be interesting. Getting back to Cal Simon, it's amazing how a man who was a former phys ed teacher in the schools, primary, I think, and high schools or middle schools at one time. As you know, he was involved in track and field. He came up through the ranks of, I think he was doing shot put in the late 70s. I think it was discus, and he just has the passion, and he puts in the time and energy to give something back, and he's been doing it for decades.
Right.
And he's still there, retired from government, and still putting in the time. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it, but
I think it's more of a passion than anything else, seeing young people enjoy themselves and get the most that they can out of a sport. Most of the time we want to make sure that our youngsters achieve their goals, and one of the most important goals through track and field is education.
Precisely.
As well as they want them to do on the track, it's also important that they do well in the classroom, and that basically makes it a well-rounded person. So I know he and a lot of the people involved in PACES are always on their athletes about schoolwork, as well as putting in the time and effort to actually meet their goals. You have, I believe, this weekend marked, I think, the 5th person from the PACES Track Club to meet the qualifying standard for this year's Carifta. So, and there's others knocking on the door. So who knows? 5 out of 12 ain't bad.
That's a must-have.
Yeah.
That's around to 45-47%.
Yeah. So.
Not bad. So obviously the organization that he's working with does wonders, right? So kudos to Cal. We're going to take one more commercial break before the news comes on, and then we'll break away for the news, and we'll be back after the newscast.
Okay, all right, ready for that. I'll take it right out.
My fault.
Hi, I'm Bruce.
My fault, sir.
Not a problem. Put a couple of promos to take me right out.
This one was easy, I thought.
Nah, it's not.
Yeah?
She must be busy.
Don't forget what's still on.
Huh?
Don't forget what's still on.
Friday morning at 7:45 a.m. It's all about you. This 15-minute segment will cover nutrition for medicine, cancer prevention, and even the reversal of diabetes, blood pressure.
You got it.
Yeah. This comes out.
You know what it is, right? You're tired.
I'm tired. I am
Take some
tired.
rest, man. You got home tonight, right?
Yeah.
And you got home tomorrow night, right?
Got a news tip? We'd love to hear from you.
Need some
Call the
rest, man.
ZBM News Hotline at 292-4992.
Rest, okay? I keep telling you, I know how to do it, man.
992.
You're locked to 595 Bermuda City Station and 94.9 FM, a Bermuda Broadcasting Company station.
9 minutes. 9-minute break. I can stretch my legs.
17-year-old dies in the UK following group attack. Premier Burke makes a case for why the new budget will create jobs during the annual budget breakfast. Charmaine Newsom wins Outstanding Teacher of the Year award. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jasmine Patterson with Bermuda Broadcasting News. A 17-year-old Bermudian living in the UK has reportedly died after being stabbed during an attack by a group of males. He was assaulted last Tuesday, February 13th in Bulwell in Nottinghamshire at around 7:30 p.m. Sources in Bermuda tell ZBM that the 17-year-old boy had recently arrived in the UK. He has not yet been named by police either here in Bermuda or in Britain. After the attack on Tuesday, he was rushed to hospital, but our sources say he died of his injuries over the weekend. The Bermuda Police Service says it's aware of the reports and is working to verify the incident, but it is awaiting confirmation from police in the UK. Premier David Burke took his maiden budget to the people this morning at the annual PwC Budget Breakfast. In front of a crowd of 350 business people, the Premier made a case for why his budget was one that will help attract business and ultimately create more jobs for Bermudians.
When you talk about the investment that we're putting inside of education, when you talk about the investment that we're going to put inside of training, when you talk about the investment that we're going to put inside of making government more efficient, when it comes to information technology, cashless, moving to more of a cashless society, online payments throughout government, those are the type of things which we feel can not only empower our citizens, but we want to make sure that they get involved. Instead of paying high-priced IT consultants to do this work, we can put our young kids, our Bermuda college students and others, to build these type of things in the future. When we're talking about developing a mobile application for the government, I don't want that mobile application to be developed by the IT consultants that are here. I want that mobile application developed by my Bermuda college students who are learning on how to do things and gaining practical experience inside the workforce. We need more jobs in Bermuda so that more Bermudians can work and that there can be more economic activity here in Bermuda. Because as small business owners and everyone, we all want more customers for our stores. I'm sure we're here in the Chamber of Commerce. We all want more customers. We all want more economic activity. And that is where this budget is grounded.
There were plenty of business-friendly goodies in this year's budget, including a relaxation of the 60-40 rule. This means foreigners will be allowed to own a majority stake in a local business. The budget also pumps the brakes on payroll taxes, putting a planned payroll tax increase on hold. Is Bermuda's debt situation any better than it was 4 years ago? Is a question we put to economist Craig Simmons before Friday's budget was unveiled. In the budget, Premier and Finance Minister David Byrd announced government would borrow nearly $90 million to cover the deficit, but predicted it would be the last time government would add to the national debt. However, Mr. Simmons had told us a country's debt isn't something that changes quickly.
No, I mean, debt is a funny thing. It's like a cruise ship. Once it gets good, it's very difficult to change direction. So, around 2007, 2008, we started on a trajectory of rising debt. Back in 2007, it would have been about 3% of GDP, and now it's teetering on 40%, and it's going to go up again this year. There's hopefully a lesson in that once you start down that slippery slope of running deficits, annual deficits, it's very difficult to pull back.
Asked if casino gambling, once it gets off the ground, is the answer to helping the island pay down the national debt, Mr. Simmons telling us,
well, you've got to remember that we have a debt that's about $2.5 billion. And our economy is turning over about $6 billion a year. So the casino thing will make a dent. It will help, but it's not going to be the solution to the problem. We need to broaden our tax base, and we need to help the Office of the Tax Commissioner collect taxes. The office is grossly understaffed, and there's really no reasonable reason why it remains understaffed. This minister has suggested that he's going to fix that problem because the money is there. There are bad debts in respect to tax that exist, but the Office of the Tax Commissioner doesn't have the resources to go around and collect those monies. So that doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense. It's like having pennies in the street, but you don't have the people to pick them up.
I keep forgetting what's still recording.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting. Just gotta keep fixing that way.
The social studies teacher works at the TNK.
Don't forget to ask Brian for some information for me.
Yeah, I sent the email. I copied you in. You see it?
Okay. I saw something there. Okay.
Surprised to win the award. She also spoke
Give me an idea of what what's going on.
You see it?
What he has. Let me just try. I did see something there.
Susan was described at the award ceremony at the Hampton Princess as an expert manager of classrooms. Becky Osenda, executive director at the track, said there was an underappreciation of the good work being done in Bermuda.
Cool.
Bermuda's talented young doctor, Karika Weldon, is back on island for this week's Bermuda Principals Impact on Splicing Conference at the Fairmount, Southampton.
That's basic information on what kind of matches this is, guy, who's going to be there, bits and pieces like that.
All over the world, from Europe, from the North America, from Australia, from Africa.
Well, they're going to be there, so yeah.
Yep, I'll be there. I've invited Carlise, Donna, and the girl Patrice to see what it's like to do a remote broadcast. They've never been to it, so I invited them. I told them to come by 11:45. I'll be there.
And we want anyone from the
like 11 o'clock, 11:15.
Please come and join us for free.
I'll be there till it's finished.
Which countries are they coming?
Yeah.
And what?
Right to the end, mate.
Yeah.
So we have people.
So wait is up for another week.
Yeah.
He called me on Friday.
Spain, Italy.
He sounded like okay. He
I know he sounded okay to me too, but I ain't taking it on.
Yeah, he sounded okay. Because what's all he was talking like how you and I talking about. He ran like he was tired. He didn't gasp for breath and. He reported the station.
She told me he went to the Department of Health.
She reported us.
So I gotta speak to management.
Why? We know what the issues are. Why go drop it down? Does he?
Hey, you know where that comes from? Who? Vane. He talks to Vane.
Yeah.
Talks to Vane like that.
Talks to Vane. But see, here's the thing. See, he doesn't realize how much power the Department of Health has. They closed down restaurants.
I know.
They closed down office buildings.
That's why you know. That's why he did it. Him CV get closed down.
So you can't jeopardize your job like that.
Hey, right? Sometimes he makes.
They can come up here, look at that, take a swab, go back to the thing, run a test. You got mics all in there. Yeah, shut down, clean your filters, clean your vents, and we'll come back and swab again. If
and
it's clear,
do a test. Yeah.
I know. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it shut down restaurant for cockroaches. I'm seeing it.
I don't know why. That's what he did is his business, but he's just gotta be careful.
You can't call him. You can't snitch
you,
on your own self.
That's my point.
You're snitching on your own self.
That's just a gripe to get at me.
Oh, Department of Health when Hayward's was open, when they had the first restaurant in the back.
Hayward's?
When they had the kitchen, like the food court, they came by there stuck a thermometer in the beef, and it was too warm. It's supposed to be at a chill temperature.
You serious?
Yeah, and they closed them down for the day. When they first opened up the food
that's right. The Hunts had it.
The Hunts had it. Before Hunts.
Before Hunts. Okay.
Hunts.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They got a lot of power. They can shut you down. Got a lot of power.
That's our newscast for the hour. I'm Jasmine Patterson with Bermuda Broadcasting News. Enjoy your day.
Thanks.
This weather update is provided by the Bermuda Weather Service, sponsored by BF&M.
All right, thank you very much, Jasmine. At 10 minutes after 1 o'clock, we'll be getting back to Inside Sports shortly. But first, the weather. Mostly cloudy skies, a few breaks in the sun today towards afternoon. High today, 67 degrees with winds out of the northeast. Currently tonight, some mostly cloudy skies, winds out of the east once again, a low near 61. Second half of Tuesday, variable clouds. High for Tuesday, it's around 68 degrees with a low 62 with the winds this time out of the east, moderate to strong winds. Hump Day Wednesday, sun and cloud conditions, winds out of the east, light to moderate, high 70, a low 64. Thursday and Friday. Thursday, some sunny periods. Winds are variable, high 71 degrees, low 65. And for Friday, increasing clouds in the afternoon. Showers expected in the local area as well. For Friday, high 71 degrees, a low 66.
This weather update was provided by the Bermuda Weather Service, sponsored by BF&M.
And thank you to the folks at BF&M and the Bermuda Weather Service. Let's get back to Inside Sports with Ian Rollins and Earl Basden.
Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio on Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Basden.
And welcome back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. No one has called in for that trivia question yet, but I'll repeat it one more time for you. That question is, let me get it correct. In what year was the Bermuda Triathlon Association established and named its first president? Again, in what year was the Bermuda Triathlon Association established and named its first president? You can give us a call at 292-9595, 292-9595 for that $25 gift certificate on behalf of A.S. Cooper & Son Limited.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
you thought it was going to be easy.
I did. I really did. I said, well, this is going to be an easy one, you know. I think this will happen here, so forth. But that wasn't the case. You're telling me it's hard. It's
yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever you ask a question about when something in Bermuda was formed,
mm-hmm.
And name some of the early leaders, it becomes difficult.
True.
And especially in sports, because a lot of people remember stuff,
mm-hmm.
but who actually started it,
mm-hmm.
when it started, it's a kind of difficult thing.
That becomes challenging.
Yeah.
That becomes
only because, and I always go back to say stuff like this, only because we do very little in the form of history on ourselves.
True.
You can sit here and tell me when, we'll use Liverpool as an example, when
mm-hmm.
Liverpool was formed, who their managers were,
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but we struggle with when our club was established, or when this particular sport was established, and when who were some of the founders of something, and so forth. And we have to literally do better amongst ourselves in making sure we celebrate ourselves before we start celebrating outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're right, and it goes back to us not knowing the history. We know who won, but
mm-hmm.
the history of the historical event, we don't take that into consideration.
Yeah.
We always say we're going to do it, but we never do it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a part of it, I think, because sports in Bermuda doesn't really have an archive.
Right.
It's not established like in North America, Canada, United States,
yeah.
or even Europe, right?
They have a lot of history.
Right. They have the history, but they don't.
It's well documented.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Here we talk it, and you know what our history was? Reading the newspaper or going to TV back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and 90s. Now that we have internet, Google, things like that, that's been another form of history for us. But to say that we have our own platform of history, no, we don't.
Right.
So I'm looking at you. Maybe you want to start something.
I'm getting off of my plate.
I just thought I'd ask.
That plate's full.
I'm putting your name.
I know.
I'm putting your name. How do you do it, man? Let's be real. How do you?
You gotta enjoy what you're doing, and when you enjoy what you're doing, you don't. Time is not one of those things that you worry too much about.
Right.
So.
Well, at 1:15 we have Dave Wolf joining us, so we're going to have to give him a call because he's got a crazy schedule today, and we'll be speaking to him with us shortly. Maybe we're going to go to commercial break. Give him a call because I know he's standing by. So we'll be back with Dave Wolf and fitness.
Inside Sports Talk Radio has been presented to you by Lindo's Group of Companies, Colonial Group International, Global Atlantic Financial Group, Game Time, and Fit for Life with Dave Wolf. We'll return after the break.
Yes, sir.
What time is it? It's game time. More opportunities to win. All your sports betting needs without the road trip. Introducing Game Time East, Game Time West. Located next to Wahoo's in St. George's and Main Road, Somerset by Somerset Cricket Club. All Game Time outlets open Monday to Friday 12 to 6, Saturdays 8:30 till 5, and Sundays 10 till 5. For more details, visit GameTime.pm or call 296-322. Game Time. You play, you pay. Game Time is a socially responsible gaming establishment.
Indian food is popular the world over, and to many of us is simply referred to as curry. If you're a vegan, you would probably have a hard time relating, as the extremely popular...
Hi, Dave. Inside Sports Corner. I'm going to put you on hold.
...is lacto-vegetarianism.
Okay, sir.
Organic Curry Love is a delicious solution offering authentic curry sauces free of animal products and artificial ingredients. We're featuring Mike's Organic Curry Love, 95% organic, red, green, and yellow Thai, Sri Lankan, tikka masala, and Masaman curry sauces. Linda, widely place else.
From happy beginnings to
What's
happy
that
ever
bar?
after.
Colonial protects
Someone
your
just sent it to me.
lifestyle
Don't
with
know.
the best
Just sent it to me,
coverage
brother.
at the best possible price.
Health insurance with far-reaching benefits.
60% of claims settled automatically.
Low-cost life insurance.
And individual health cover.
Security in retirement.
With a custodian pension plan.
For happy beginnings and a happy ever after.
Visit cgigroup.com or call 296-3700.
Colonial. Let people come first. Are you ready to start sleeping better? Well, stop counting sheep now. Dreams, the mattress professionals have arrived. According to recent surveys, over 50% of us do not get a good night's sleep, and specialists have discovered that lack of sleep can drastically affect your health, energy levels, and even lead to weight gain. Yet the solution can be something as simple as a new mattress, but not just a mattress from Dreams. Dreams is Bermuda's only true mattress gallery and are proud to offer the island's largest selection of mattresses, pillows, and sleep accessories. Dreams has the biggest brands, best prices, and free island-wide delivery. So look for Dreams today at the lower level of the Washington Mall, next to the food court, or call 293-7326. And don't forget, join us for our grand opening extravaganza on Saturday, February 24th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. with free giveaways, live music, and of course, the world-famous Serta Sheet, only at Dreams.
Bermuda Broadcasting Company is pleased to present Inside Health with Don Bassett and Sarah Boston of the Bermuda Diabetes Association on Power 95 FM. This new 45-minute live and in-depth analysis will provide the latest information on diabetes. In addition, we will feature guests and those sharing testimonials who have been successfully managing their diabetes. Phone lines will be open for your participation. That's Inside Health with Don Bassett and Sarah Boston every first and third Tuesday of the month on Power 95. Brought to you by Lindo's Group of Companies and the Argus Group.
Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio on Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Bayston. This segment of Health and Fitness is presented to you by Fit for Life with Dave Wolf.
And welcome back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. On the phone with us is Bermuda's most fit man from altitude, Dave Wolf. Good afternoon, sir. It's the truth. But it's true. I mean, the way you train, the way you eat, the way you sleep, you don't think?
Man, I'm just thankful for life, brother. How about that? I'm thankful that I'm in my 40s and I can still touch my toes and I can still bend over. I'm just thankful for that, bro. How about that?
That's good. That's good. And I'll be honest, ladies and gentlemen, he don't look in his 40s. He look like he's in late 20s or middle 20s. Keep up the good work, mate. Keep up the good work.
I was saying you check early this month.
Take your time. No worries. No rush. All right. Today we will discuss organizations and what's so good about the 2018 calendar year is that people have definitely raised the bar regarding getting to fitness, but what we've learned and what we see is that organizations are stepping up their game to get their employees involved, and it helps to motivate them going forward. Some people come in on an individual basis, but the bar has been raised from organizations coming on board and doing like a corporate deal. How has it been with you in that regard for you, Dave?
I've definitely seen, I guess you can say, a trend in the right direction where companies, institutions are looking to, bring their staff together and collectively, encourage them to not just exercise, but just make, I guess you can say, healthy changes to promote just an overall better lifestyle, And I think it's good. I think that's where it needs to start. It needs to be a collective effort. I think employers obviously have a role to play in that. I think if if the culture, if we want to change the culture of Bermuda in terms of, holistically, then we have to start with these smaller environments. So a company of 10, a company of 20, a company of 50, it might just start with, the initial would be starting like a wellness committee, getting people, just make different lifestyle change. I think it's great. I think I've definitely seen a trend. I think it's heading in the right direction, and that's certainly something I want to be a part of as well.
And that's good, because what happens is that it encourages, the people that you work with daily. You see the results in them, and them being on part as an employee of that organization. They can see he and she making the results, and it motivates them. Where when you're an individual, you're putting in the time, but the people that you're training with the gym may be working at a different organization. But if you come collectively under your corporate organizations, that motivates people, and it inspires them to say, you know what, I want to do this. I want to do this in 3 months. I want to do this in another 3 months, and then having working under Dave's tutelage, it definitely will get the results. I'm not going to lie to you about that. So the vision is there, and you're seeing the trend happen going forward.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you think about organizations taking the lead in that, I mean, there are so many benefits. I mean, it's beyond health. Obviously, you're looking at cohesion in terms of a better, more cohesive working unit, breaking down barriers. So we all know what it's like to function as a team or as a group dynamics. You always got, people have their own opinions. Somebody's going in one direction, somebody's going another direction. But I find that, to me, when you get together and you get involved in these activities, it has a way of breaking down those barriers. So, so I just think holistically there's a lot more benefit. There's so many benefits from it. Unity, cohesion, obviously getting people healthier, reducing sick days. You're talking about, you make it incentive driven so that people are, given some reward or some incentive for reducing their sick days or not being out as much. It's just so much, man. I think it's really great. I've seen the trend. I've seen people who have made contact with me and who are interested in some of these type of programs, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited about that.
Now, Dave, when you get these corporate clients, do you get them to get their employees to fill out a form of achievement, only because the company might have a goal for their employees, but then the employee has also got to have a goal with taking part of the activities as well. So do you get them to fill out what they're hoping to achieve or accomplish by doing this?
Yeah, well, not so much fill out a form, but what I think I've done in the past and what I will continue to do is make people aware of the vast benefits. So usually what happens is whenever you get, a group of any size, there are individuals in that group that are looking for one particular goal. Person A is looking for weight loss, which is usually easy. I want to lose some weight. Person B is looking just to get healthy. So what I try to do is try to help people, identify all of the array of benefits, and then make them aware of that it's not just one, like I said, that there's so many different benefits you can have, and then let that resonate with them, and then they can kind of figure out where they fit in, so they get in where they fit in. So, and I think that has worked in the past, not trying to pigeonhole someone and say, hey, these are the only things you can be looking for, but you can look for a lot more as well,
As a person that's helping not only physically but also mentally, because you work on the whole body, how do you then put it in your mind how you're going to move forward as far as a program for various different people inside one class?
That's, for me personally, that is the exciting part. That is the reward for me. I'm doing something now. I literally have just left Argus Insurance. Shout out to Argus. Argus are doing a corporate wellness challenge right now, and it is just that. It is a very diverse, mixed group, and the challenge is trying to find something that everyone can get something from. But I enjoy that. I always try to work backwards. I try to, get myself as immersed as I can in the group dynamics. I don't go in there with any real cookie cutter program per se. I try to figure out who the players are, who the people are, what challenges they have, get as much information as I can on everybody, do like some baseline training, and then once I have collected as much information and data as possible, then I can start going about, figuring out who needs what. And that's really the challenge, and the exciting part for me is getting as many people who have mixed abilities, mixed sizes and shapes, and then making it all come together like a nice gumbo.
Now, one of the things where I know is you're working with this particular group, but a lot of them sit down all day. Now, there's always talk about taxi drivers, bus drivers, people that sit all day doing their job. What advice would you have for those people in making sure that they kind of turn to a healthier lifestyle?
I mean, the advice for them is the same for all of us, right? But especially, you make a good point. If you have a job where, you know, inherently you're not moving, then it really would be in your best interest to incorporate any type of movement. And I just tell people, you know, just move. Like literally, the two words are just move. Anything you do, going for a walk, you know, on your 15-minute break where you would maybe sit down, maybe walk around the bus depot. You know, same in taxi drivers at the airport, they're waiting for a fare, you know, take your sneakers, you're in line, you know, maybe walk to the airport gate and back. Just move. And we have to start with just moving. Like I've said before, I feel like we all go back how we start as a baby. We have to reach, we have to pull, we have to lift, and just either if you use your taxi or your bus and you're doing push-ups, you're doing some leg raises, anything. Once you move, the chances are you're going to increase and benefit from it. Just move.
And my last question, do you see attitudes change? Now you've been at Argus for a few weeks now. Have you seen the attitude towards coming and taking part change?
Man, Argus has been great. It's really been a really amazing 6 weeks. We're in our 6 weeks. I think we had something like 55 staff sign up, which is great. But obviously, it's not just to sign up. You're looking for sustainability. You want all the 55 to stay in. I can safely say we've had everybody routine. They come out every week. The attitude is great. It's good camaraderie. It's good laughter. It's good fun. We work out together. We sweat together. I mean, it's been great. It's been a really good 6 weeks, and may it long continue, man.
With that said, I must congratulate you, Dave, on that program. I'm sure you're going to continue with that and more programs. I was telling Earl today that, you know, I was fighting a cold in the month of middle of January and a bit of February, more so February. And today is the best day I felt in the last 3 weeks. I'll be honest, from a fitness perspective and the overall cold. There's still a bit there lingering in my throat. But today's training session with you at 6 this morning was the best I've had. Excuse me, I've had with you. And you missed that. You missed that high, because when you're in a high days class, it's very challenging, right? It takes you there. And now you can see like you're trying to get back there. It's rewarding, right? And so come Wednesday, I don't know where he's going to take me. I'm going to do my best to try to get there.
You just made him turn it up a notch.
It's good to see you feeling your best. I mean, sometimes, and I think we discussed it on a previous show. I think it was one of the questions, Earl had about, working through a cold or working through a sickness and working through injury and all of that. I mean, that's really par for the course. It's really all a part of exercise and moving. It's inherent. You get sick, you get injuries, but being smart, being strategic, I must commend Ian on air as his coach and say that he was smart, because I'm going to say the old Ian may have just continued to work out when he was not feeling his best. And you may have done yourself more harm, but I like the fact that you did kind of rest. You took off a week or so, and then you come back, and I saw today you were a lot better. So that's just being smart. Sometimes, it's a gray area. People try to force the issue, but I think it was smart where you rested and you came back today. You definitely look a lot more energized too.
It's true, and
you said the old Ian. Ian is old.
You see how my colleagues treat me? See how they treat me?
So we call that a setup, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna respond, or I'm not gonna dignify that response. That's what a setup, bro.
You can take it out on him on Wednesday, but I'm only telling you because he calls me ill. So hey, it is what it is.
But what's funny, right? This is what Dave did this morning, right? I was the first one in class, right?
Right.
So he is here early this morning. I usually come in just when class starts. I said, yeah, well, I'm not running with Mark and Shamila because my running is done, right? So I'm going to get myself back into the groove. So he gets the group together and he says, okay, aside from Mark and Shamila, everybody else can warm up. We can take a lap run, warm up, because they ran over. So I said, well, Dave, I ran. Okay, so you did? Oh yeah, sorry. Ian ran too, right? It's all good. But everybody ran and got into the group. But it was a good session. And I had a meeting this morning at 10:30, and I was high in the meeting. I was just like, gung ho. Just had all this energy. I still have the energy right now, thanks to Dave. Yeah, getting back there. So good. Well, thank you again, Dave, for the insight on what organizations to do. Corporate people can come on board and get the staff of 10 or 15 members to come in and take the bar and raise that health awareness up to a new level for 2018 and beyond. And I'll be honest, Dave Wolf is the man to go see it all about. See what it's all about.
I'm gonna put you and Earl on the spot, and I'm gonna say I'm expecting some corporate wellness initiatives from Bermuda Broadcasting Company with respect to staff getting together and doing some team building and doing some corporate challenges as well.
I will take that on, and seriously, I will. I will look into that.
Construction that needs to go on around here. That's team building. I don't know what you're talking about, but
I have no problem with that, Dave. I will definitely look into that, and we will be in contact for sure. All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you for joining us another week of Health and Fitness with Dave Wolf.
Have a good week, buddy.
You too. Take care. Let's take a commercial break, and just want to let our listening audience know that yes, callers, we're calling in regarding the trivia question. We could not take it. We have a live interview with Dave Wolf online, so please give us a call back, and if you have the answer, give us a call on 292-9595. We're going to take a commercial break, and hopefully you call back with that answer. We'll be back after this.
At Sports Talk Radio has been presented to you by Lindo's Group of Companies, Colonial Group International, Global Atlantic Financial Group, Fit for Life with Dave Wolf. We'll return after the break.
Indian food is popular the world over, and to many of us is simply referred to as curry. If you're a vegan, you would probably have a hard time relating.
No, it was sent to me, right? I hadn't opened it yet. So I'm sending to people. Talk about the best
solution offering authentic process free of animal products and artificial ingredients.
I don't train for no more. No.
95% organic.
I stopped training evenings, right? Remember I stopped in September? And when I'm in but
just watch the place else.
Calling all players.
Yeah, in jail,
what
right?
time is it? It's game time.
Yeah,
Fun and dependable sports betting. NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, golf, horses, English Premier League, and more. Weekly promotions.
Yeah, it's going cool again.
Be a lucky loser with our weekly
sports trivia? Don't tell me that's right.
Call into one of our locations in Sunset, Town, or Sunset.
Take it.
For more details,
I gotta take it.
I gotta take it. Call 296-362. Game time.
Good day, Power. Hello. Hi. Okay, what's 1980 Stephen Penny?
Yeah. Remember, it was right. It was wrong.
What's that?
Okay.
Hang on.
Nope.
No. No.
She got it wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Power 95 FM radio live
There you go.
broadcast and
Let me- I'll read out
dreams
one more
as
time
they
and give it to you.
unfold the new mattress that will have you sleeping comfortably every night. Host Don Bassett will be live from Dreams, located in the Washington Mall, starting from 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Power 95 FM. He will bring you all the latest on the island's newest mattress that everyone is talking about. That's Saturday, February 24th, 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Power 95 FM. Live from Dreams, located in the Washington Mall.
Bermuda Broadcasting Company is pleased to present Inside Health with Don Bassett and Sarah
Yeah, I took my
Bushnoya
buddy
of the Bermuda Diabetes Association on Power
He
95
told me he was so
FM.
darn.
This new
Yeah, it's
45-minute
not
live
darn.
and in-depth analysis will provide the latest information on
He watched it
diabetes.
from like 10.
In addition, we will feature guests and
That's
those
the
sharing
one.
testimonials
Yeah, she
who have
brings
been
in clients,
successfully
but not
managing
as she
their
hasn't brought
diabetes.
in anyone
Phone lines will
lately.
be
I haven't
open
seen
for
her
your
in a year.
participation. That's Inside Health with Don Bassett and Sarah Bushnoya every first and third Tuesday of the month on Power 95. Brought to you by Lindo's Group of Companies and
Good. Hang on. You take it. You take the call.
And welcome back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. That question again for the trivia question again is: in what year was the Bermuda Triathlon Association established and named its first president? We've had a couple of calls and we've taken them, and the answer has been incorrect. I think we have a call on the line. Good afternoon and welcome to Inside Sports Talk Radio.
Was it 1981 E.M. Pilgrim?
Nope. No. No. You're welcome.
What they say? 50%.
Pardon me?
50%.
50%. Yeah, 50%. Yeah, they're halfway there. They're halfway there. And the other callers they called, they got that wrong as well.
Yeah.
So again, give us a call at 292-9595. I'll repeat the question one more time. In what year was the Bermuda Triathlon Association established and named its first president? That's pretty straightforward, I think.
Obviously not.
It's not. It's
Obviously
not.
not.
Right. It's not.
Obviously not. A lot of people's in the ballpark. But,
yeah, like you said, you're halfway there.
Yeah.
You're halfway there. So.
But which half?
Yeah, which half? Which half? Which half? It's quite interesting. I if it was put out to me, I would have got it because this. Yeah. Got a call. Good afternoon and welcome to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Uh-huh. Nope. All right. You're almost there. You're halfway there, ma'am. You're halfway there. We got another call? Oh, they just... Okay, sorry. I think you're right, Earl. It's a tough question.
Yeah.
All right. I just... Yeah. I can't say anymore. I'll leave it like that. I just remember as a young man growing up, I heard so much about this.
Right. I mean, anybody, because you covered sports, and it would be relatively something that you would remember. Or for people on the outside looking in, it'll be a tough.
A tough one?
Yeah.
A tough call?
Yeah.
Well, it's obviously that is the case right now.
Yeah. We're almost an hour into the question and we still don't have an answer.
Yeah. And usually the person that calls in who's been winning, they even got it wrong. So that's interesting. That's interesting right there. It's all good. Yeah, we have 23 minutes left until 2 o'clock, and hopefully we can get a winner for this week's trivia question.
Sure.
This week's trivia question. Our next guest is going to be Vicki Abraham. She's supposed to arrive here within the next 4 or 5 minutes, and they will have some representatives again from the International Triathlon Union. Just bring us up to date on the festivities that will be presented in April, end of April, 27th, 28th of April. So that will be interesting. So, should I get a question one more time?
One more
time. Okay. In what year was the Bermuda Triathlon Association established and named its first president? In what year was the Bermuda Triathlon Association established and named its first president? There you go. Give us a call at 292-9595. Again, 292-9595.
I know. I'm just talking about the April event. You see a lot of stuff going on road-wise in Hamilton along the route. Roads are being paved. We see trees being cut back. We see quite a bit of things happening, even around City Hall. That road has now been paved.
That's right.
So a lot of this stuff is put into place. So although the road will get wear and tear, it's going to have a better surface for the athletes who will take part in riding bikes. Because as we all know, driving cars and with potholes and so forth, a paddle bike is a little different, and these guys will be moving 30, 35, 40 miles an hour.
That's true.
At top speed. We just want to make sure that it's safe along the way. So we have a caller. Caller, welcome to Inside Sports Talk Radio. You're on the air. No.
You're halfway there again.
Yeah. Think hard. Think hard.
Yeah.
Think hard.
Yeah.
But we also see there's some construction going on at Front Street on the pier side. That's being given a facelift as well. I know the we could possibly find out more from Vicky and people involved. The layout of the course for swimming. We'll start and finish in the Hamilton Harbor, and then move along the Front Street and possibly Queen Street. Again, we have another caller for the trivia question. Caller, good afternoon. You're on the air.
Wrong
No.
sport. Wrong sport.
No, it's not. That's right. Right. Charles Duffy.
Oh, they said Charles Dolphin. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
Duffy.
Sorry.
No, that is incorrect. Yeah. So, back to that. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of words. No, the thing is, again, as we talked to Vicky last week about notices of road closures and so forth, as we get closer, they'll be coming up with more. They sent out stuff of activities that's going on and around the races, with all sorts of entertainment going on. But we want to just make sure that we keep the public informed on closures, routes, and everything pertaining to the event itself.
You mentioned earlier that trees were cut back, and I noticed on Burnaby, or Cedar Avenue, sorry, Cedar Avenue, as you're turning onto Cedar Avenue from Church Street, there'll be Church Street turning to Cedar Avenue, BFA office. Trees have been cut back there. Is that a part of the course? Or
No, but I think it's all part of just making sure that it's all Hamilton's going to look good.
Okay, fair enough.
There's obviously because City Hall's going to be one of the transition areas, the parking area. So obviously people will be riding or warming up in that area. I'm not sure how much of that road's going to be blocked off, Church Street and so forth. But obviously as we get closer we'll learn more about that. So I think because they're going to have a lot of aerial shots as well, they're going to have looks right down onto Front Street, onto the whole of Hamilton itself.
The challenging hill that everyone's been talking
about.
Corkscrew. Correct me, we're riding
up.
west?
We're running up.
They're running. I thought
Riding.
it was riding. Right. They're riding up. But I'm saying, are they going to ride west as we go home nightly and turn up?
No.
That's what
They leave, they come out of town and go on Harbor Road, turn right to go behind Aberfeldy Nursery, the plant nursery.
Yeah, so right.
Come out and end up somehow
behind the gate.
Behind the gate. Right. Come out somehow, end up on Middle Road, come back over Trimmington Hill on the wrong side.
So wait. Go back to your turning.
I think they're turning on lane. They're going to come out, and I believe they will turn. They'll keep heading when they come from Amanda Gate.
Right.
Come past the Royal Hamilton Amateur Dinghy Club.
Right.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, they go straight and then make the right up the wrong way.
That's Strawberry Hill.
Right. And then left on to
Middle Road.
Yes. Come over the hill and then come down
Trimming Hill
on the wrong side to go up.
Corkscrew.
And then left back onto Middle Road and into town.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's dangerous. I mean, I know the roads can be closed off. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. That part I'm not worried about. I'm just still. It's very tactful.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
It's a very tactful course.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I've been to international triathlons and I've seen them make sharper turns. I mean, the one of the turns in Brazil was so sharp you almost had to come to a standstill to make it. But I think what they first laid out was something of an eye-opener, but since which it's changed and they've confined it to this area here, and obviously the motoring public is going to have to be a little patient on the day because it's going to be some waiting going on to allow the cyclists to complete the course. So, like I said, as we get closer, we'll start making sure that all traffic advisories are set out there, and I do believe, and I'm pretty sure that the Ministry of Works, who put out these information things, should basically start sending them out as early as today. We do have a caller on the line for the trivia question. Good afternoon, caller. You're welcome to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Good afternoon.
Good. How are you? Hey, GB, what's happening, man? I'm good. All right.
1981 Jim Butterfield?
Correct. Congratulations. You're exactly spot on. How did you get that?
No.
How did a cricketer
turn golfer get that?
It was simple. Jim Butterfield wanted to do triathlon. So it's his son.
And you're right. You're absolutely correct, Gary. Right.
I just had to make sure I had the name right.
Actually, every caller that called in, I think we've had about a total of 8 calls, even though maybe it was on commercial break. 8 calls. Everyone had the year correct, but didn't have the name correct.
Yeah.
So.
I'm glad I won.
Congratulations, mate. So if you're that good at this trivia question, how's your golf game?
My golf game was actually.
No.
No, I don't think
everybody your game is good.
Yeah, tell them it's good. Don't say it's excellent.
Yeah, because if it was excellent, we would be watching you on a regular basis.
You'll be watching me in a great news too.
Okay. That's because I have nothing else to do.
I'm gonna do my best.
All right.
Okay,
looking
Gary.
forward to that.
Congratulations, Gary. We need a. Don Bassett will talk to you. We need a contact number for you, and then obviously we make arrangements for you winning today's $25 gift certificate on behalf of A.S. Cooper and Son Limited. Again, congratulations to Gary Bregman, who got the correct answer. Was 1981 Jim Butterfield. Wow.
Congrats, mate.
Congrats. That's okay. We have it. We do have it. I'm sorry. We do have your number ready, sir. We'll give you a call after the show. All right, thank you.
Sure.
Bye bye. 8 calls, right? 8 calls. Everyone had the year correct. Yes, it was 1981, and the president, Jim Butterfield. All right. I mean, he was the one that started because I think he was the first one to represent Bermuda in the Iron. What's the one in Hawaii? Iron Man. I think that was back in 77, 78, something like that. He did that in.
But the funny part is, Ian, pretty much people were saying who the committee members were.
Yes.
But not who the president was. Because they were calling out names of people who helped to start the Bermuda Triathlon Association, along with others, but missing out the president's name.
Yeah. But the reason why I thought it would be easy because of who he is, and everyone knew he started basically triathlon and the Ironman representing Bermuda. Right. So I thought it would be straightforward. And then how Gary said it, his son, right, who's in it, now, all right.
Well, it was a process. It was a process of elimination. He's heard all these other names.
No, give him credit.
I'm giving him credit because he's paying attention.
Right. Yeah. Give him his credit. Give him his credit. It's due. Well done.
I know I'm gonna take licks on the golf course. Not to worry.
You playing golf with him?
Who? I ain't hitting the ball 150 yards and then I'm gonna get it.
Boy. There's a go.
Did they hit it again?
But there's a go-kart.
Golf carts. Yeah, you can have a go-kart, golf cart, all you want. No.
Not happening?
No.
Okay.
And you do that for 4 hours?
Well, it depends on your game.
Wow. The average run of golf is about 4 hours.
Is it 9 or 18 holes?
Well, for me, that'd be 9. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, let's take a commercial break, and we'll be back after this.
Sports Talk Radio has been presented to you by Lindo's Group of Companies, Colonial Group International, Global Atlantic Financial Group, Game Time, and Fit for Life with Dave Wolf. We'll return after the break.
Indian food is popular the world over, and to many of us is simply referred to as curry. If you're a vegan, you have probably had a hard time relating, as the extremely popular alternative to meat eating in India and beyond is lacto-vegetarianism. Mike's Organic Curry Love is a delicious solution offering authentic curry sauces free of animal products and artificial ingredients. We're featuring Mike's Organic Curry Love, 95% organic, red, green, and yellow Thai, Sri Lankan, tikka masala, and Masaman curry sauces. Lindo's, why do anyplace else?
Calling all players. What time is it? It's game time. Fun and dependable sports betting on NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, golf, horses, English Premier League, and more. Weekly promotions, instant win games, be a lucky loser with our weekly draw. Become a game time player. Call into one of our 3 locations in Somerset, Town, or St. George's. For more details, visit GameTime.bm or call 296-3222. Game Time. You play, we pay. Game Time is a socially responsible gaming establishment.
From happy beginnings to happy ever after.
Colonial protects your lifestyle with the best insurance cover at the best possible price.
Health insurance with far-reaching benefits.
Russia's banned. They just fired this guy for the curling. He had drugs in the system, so they banned him.
Jeez.
That's
no, he's having his hearing now.
Having a hearing?
Yeah.
But he's banned in the meantime.
They banned him, yeah.
I got a question for him when I ask you about Russia. Why is it that they always get banned in sports, man? I'm being honest.
They can't pay for it.
They can.
They can't
Join me every fourth Monday for Money Monday. This new and informative show will provide a range of term deposits and investment options to help you reach your goals and achieve your dreams. Hear from the HSBC experts offering a comprehensive range of term deposits, offering great rates and investment solutions designed to focus on the outcome of your investments and delivering returns. That's Money Mondays every fourth Monday at 8:15 on Power 95. Brought to you by the great folks at HSBC Bermuda.
Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio with Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Beeston.
Just want to let our listeners know, we've just been informed that unfortunately Vicky will not be able to make it with us today. So we will have that episode of the ITU update next week, Monday. There was a conflict in schedule, so that happens with us, and so that's not a problem, we understand. Before we go into other stuff, Gary, I'm calling you Gary now. Mr. Basin.
No, Earl.
You know, we just been informed, and we knew about it last night. I think it happened last night, the announcement regarding Russia being banned for the curling. That's one sport I don't understand. I'll be honest. I have no interest in it either. But banned for doping, right? Why is it that Russia, let it be the Summer Olympics, the Winter Olympics, even as the 2016 election, is involved in doing illegal things? Why?
If that's their norm,
jeez, man.
If that's their norm, it's very hard for them to change it. If they're been used to meddling, and we didn't know, now that they're being caught meddling, the problem is it's ingrained in them. That's what they do.
And this goes way back.
Way back,
right? I mean, when you and I were kids, young students coming along, do you remember back 1980 when they banned the Olympics? That was due to war, right? Obviously, right? But even then, after the 80 Olympics, the 84 guys were being banned from Russia for doping in track and field and things. And it hasn't stopped. It just doesn't stop.
Back then, most would have thought it was the individual. Now we find out that it's state-sponsored. So that meant that the government
supports it.
Yeah.
They support it.
You have a bunch of people trying to figure out how you can cheat.
That's just craziness,
But
man.
you know what the crazy part is? I'm pretty sure they're not the only ones.
But they're always getting caught, so it looks like
because
that.
All eyes are right on them. Every eye is on everything that they do. And right now, someone else is sliding under the radar because all focus and attention's on Russia. Every time a Russian competes, and believe it or not, this person was competing under the Olympic flag, the neutral flag. Now figure that out, because they were allowed to compete.
The person they called with the
yes,
curling.
They were allowed to compete because remember, Russia's banned, so the only way a Russian can compete in the Winter Olympics is under the Olympic flag,
right?
As a neutral.
So that sends a bad
so
message
now
again.
It's a black eye on the Olympic, the IOC, only because they gave these people the benefit of the doubt. So and every other country saying, hey, no,
right?
We shouldn't let them in.
So they're back to square one all over again.
Well, it's going to be a lot of soul searching after this because a lot of suspensions are coming, even more than what they got now, because you're going to have to say, you know what, the opportunity to compete clean was there, and what would you need to do curling?
Yeah, because it's all in your shoulders and wrists and pushing a stick, and I don't understand the sport, I'll be honest with you. Anyway, what would you need doping to take curling? That's the bottom line.
Some people need stuff to calm themselves down and
drink some coffee, man. Just drink coffee.
Well, no, coffee hypes you up. So
I don't drink coffee.
There are certain events that people do professionally that they'll tell you they'll need substance of some sort to calm their whole body down. And,
Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah. And in certain instances, water have provisions for certain things, for certain events.
Go drink a protein shake. Calm you down.
Hey, for some people it works in reverse. For others it worked perfectly, but for others it just yeah.
Wow, that's just madness. I mean, Russia just dabbles into everything, and they get caught and they're denying it.
13 people indicted for meddling in the 2016 elections in the U.S.
Yeah, and that came out on Friday, so expect more.
Oh, definitely.
Right, expect more of that to happen.
13 is only the iceberg.
Anyway, this is madness. From a sports perspective, they deal with that, and it's been going on for decades, right, with Russia.
So right now it's even more pressure because whatever the IOC are going through, could you imagine what FIFA are going through? Because the World Cup will be held there in June. Could you imagine? Now, they can't have any doping laboratories in Russia, so all that testing's got to be done outside.
Right, that's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of to and fro from them for that because it's going to be a lot of emergency stuff done where you're going to have to get those samples out of there as quickly as possible, get them to a lab to ensure that everybody's,
So let's say that, and this would be of my knowledge, I'm just putting it out there, that Russia, the host country for World Cup, is found guilty for doping in World Cup football. Would they be the first country, as the host country of World Cup, the 21st edition of World Cup football, to be banned?
I honestly believe that FIFA will not test all the players.
When you say all the players, you're talking about all 20 players?
Yeah, they won't. No.
So okay, so what percentage needs to be tested?
I don't know.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure that there is a percentage of all teams that will be tested.
Right.
They wouldn't want that SUI on the World Cup in Russia if they tested every Russian and 80% of them came back testing positive. Man, it won't be no World Cup.
The World Cup will go on. That's what I'm saying.
Well, it won't be in Russia.
But then be mindful that it'll still be in Russia because be mindful. What's this? February. The event is from June 15th to July 14th, 2018. But it will. That's what I'm saying. Will Russia be the first host country to withdraw from World Cup because of this banning of doping? Right. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying it's happening, folks. Don't quote me on that.
If that was the case, they would be.
Yeah. That would be interesting. It won't surprise me.
No.
It won't surprise me. Damn. Man, not at all.
But the one thing that would be scary would be the fact that if the state is sponsoring doping, what's to stop the state from tampering with doping?
And it won't. And you're right. Spot on. They won't.
For somebody else's country.
They won't stop them.
They'll figure a way to meddle into
the World Cup one.
Yeah.
Exactly right. If they've done it in the Olympics, meaning summer, and now the winter, and it's no different with the FIFA World Cup.
There's always going to be a possibility of them interfering in some way, shape, or form.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, before we wrap up,
I do want to just mention
again,
for those folks who held plots for the 2016 Cup Match Classic in Somerset, there will be a meeting at Somerset Cricket Club on Wednesday at 7:30 for those folks who held plots or spots during the 2016 Cup Match Classic in Somerset. For the general public, I guess another announcement may be made
in due course.
But this meeting particularly is for just those people who had spots at Somerset 2 years ago during the Cup Match Classic. 7:30 on Wednesday at the club.
There you go. Again, congratulations to Gary Brangman. He's the winner for the trivia question this week. And that answer was 1981 was the founding year for the Bermuda Triathlon Association, and it was established, and the president was Jim Butterfield. Congratulations to him. Just want to let our listeners know that next week, Monday, Inside Sports Talk Radio from 12:15 to 2 p.m., we will be live at Lindo's as they prepare for the annual Lindo's race walk. I think it's 10K.
Yeah, 10K run.
Right, run and walk. So we'll be
walk
live.
is a little shorter.
Right, we'll be live from Lindo's in Devonshire. So you're more than welcome to come down and join us. We will have guests joining us there. Of course, we have the great Giorgio Zeno, and of course Zach Monis and others who represent Lindo's, who give us more information on this great event that they have each year. And we have Sarah McKittrick of the Bermuda Diabetes Association. So many others will be joining us. So that's where we'll be live. That's where we'll be next week, live at Lindo's in Devonshire from 12:15 to 2 p.m. Any final comments, sir?
Just looking forward to a lovely week.
Okay. So, Ambassador, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks as always, guys.
Not a problem. We'll be tuning in to you tomorrow for Inside Health.
All right. Good stuff.
All right. Take care.